It's a mobile world with calls, texts, and apps to help make our lives easier. But not everyone's benefiting yet. Can mobile phone apps be designed to help make a better world? This series challenges app developers from around the world to visit communities who are missing out and then come up with an app that could help. A life app.
Yes.
This week, Life Apps visits South Africa and London to meet young people who are creating their own apps for social good, and looks back across the series to see what's been achieved.
Cape Town, the beautiful city on the southern tip of Africa. South Africa is a rapidly emerging economy. It relies on mobile phones and wireless technology, far more than on expensive-to-lay landlines. Young company Boza designs mobile phone apps not just for entertainment, but to help people in poorer communities. Cheap mobile phones have revolutionized everyday life.
We have an enormous generation of people who will never have access to a computer, but they will have access to a mobile phone. So we're focusing on entertainment to being the backbone which holds people there. They can come and they can have a good time, but they can also get health information. So on our application, it's not always about just listening to great hip-hop or gospel, if that's what you're into. You can also get some love life information around sexual health.
Sexual health is a huge issue for young people in South Africa, and Boza believe apps can help. So the challenge for app designer Nanzi is to come up with a life app for sexual health. Nanzi grew up in the townships. Now, she's a key member of Boza's creative team.
Oh, cool. So she's giving me pens because she knows.
She collects inspiration.
Oh, man, that's cool. It's pretty edgy. I don't connect with negative energy. Be a caring creative, make a difference. So I am a caring creative because I tell stories that mirror my society. People can easily relate to the stories that I write. Therefore, I am Boza. Let's go have breakfast.
So, can creative Nanzi come up with a life app for sexual health? Nanzi sets off on a research trip. She's heading northeast towards Johannesburg, a city where it's been estimated that about 1 in 4 adults are HIV positive. And then Soweto, where despite the poverty, 99 in 100 households have access to a mobile phone. Nanzi wants to find out if a life app could help with issues like AIDS, teenage pregnancy, and other sexual health issues. It won't prove easy.
Sure. I'm trying to find out in Dobana what are some of the things that abantu would want to access from Equiphone Zabo that's health related.
Why you have to sleep me with after 3 weeks or after a month? We're together. The thing is, you're gonna make the same thing.
That's what you guys say. Man, that's what you guys say. Kutwa, what's the point of waiting for 3 months when you can do it now? The idea is that, listen, the idea is that you're getting to know the person, you're getting to know. Maybe it's not even a conscious decision or a rational decision in Doba.
The women Nanzi meets researching her app are a little more helpful.
Like, a lot of people are somehow infected or affected by serious viruses that comes through sexual engagement, you understand? So with that said, Sifunu Cheka, especially with young pupils in Doba, teenage pregnancy is high this side. Clearly people don't protect or don't use protection or don't see the need to use protection. Why is that?
Like, it's not like we're facing right now, because we're facing like teenage pregnancy.
Sure.
Like teenage pregnancy is very high this side.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe we really do need like help.
Yes.
Yes.
We need guidance. Yeah. Over here, Kren. Give me a hug. Shove. Thanks.
A life app could offer guidance on sexual health. The question is, how?
Hi.
In her hunt for inspiration, Nancy steps into a local internet cafe.
Nice to meet you
How
too.
can I help you today?
Surrounded by computer-literate kids, Nancy knows they now access the internet through smartphones as well as laptops and internet cafes. Many young people still use SMS or text messaging. Nancy wants to know what's the best way of building a sexual health app.
All right. How can one actually build an application that would best meet the requirements the youth yet when it comes to sex, when it comes to health, when it comes to access of information in that regard?
Traditionally, an SMS gets transmitted between two people.
Yes.
Could be shown.
Nancy's got lucky. The cafe owner is trying to develop an app that collects text messages about sexual health and lets people share them.
In between those two people. So you can create a mobile application for the whole community.
Sure.
So that the community can be able to manage its own health issues. It can see how many people we have who are infected with this, how many people are taking treatment, how many people are getting better.
Sure.
Yeah, one of that kind of thing. It's managed by the whole community, not only the healthcare system.
Cool. I'm blown away.
Yes.
Zanesebo's idea is to help spread health information by a kind of electronic word of mouth.
And yet she doesn't know how to use it.
Nancy thinks his idea could form the basis of her own life app, communicating sexual health messages. But there's a long way to go.
So let's connect to Skype and then we can take this conversation and then just let's elaborate more on the whole idea of mobile and access to information and around abantu basekhaya, how we can actually empower them using a phone, from what I do kwaBhoza and what you're presently doing with that whole health thing. Yabo?
The future.
Sure, Victor, sure. Thank you so much.
Nancy's life app is clearly going to need much more work. It's a mission she's still working on. Nancy's convinced technology can empower young people, and not just in the developing countries, but the world over. London, a 21st century world city. Close to the skyscrapers of its financial elite lies Shoreditch, London's creative digital hub. A digital incubator and designer heaven. It's all about young people developing new ideas, making money, and also doing good, including with the mobile phone.
A mobile phone is a very powerful tool and it can empower people around the world. And using mobile phone technology to solve problems in one's local community can be a great way to create change.
One leading charity showing how mobiles can be used for good is CDI, the Center for Digital Inclusion, based in Brazil, but with a branch here in Shoreditch.
The programme is called Apps for Good, and it's about inspiring young people to become problem solvers through getting them to think through a process of what is their problem in their local community and how can they solve it using mobile technology.
Apps for Good are now working with 50,000 young people across Britain, creating mobile, social, and web apps.
So we're trying to create a generation of problem solvers so that young people can get the skills that they need to actually understand what the technology is so that they're not just consuming technology. Apps are definitely not about money and games. Apps are about solving a problem. And yes, there's a huge commercial industry out there doing that. But the main thing that we advocate is that getting young people interested in the first place in being part of the mobile app economy is really important.
Apps for Good Satwant and Aaron are working on a stop and search app. People from ethnic minorities are 2 times more likely to be stopped by the police than white people. The app documents and uploads a user's experiences when they're stopped by the police.
So I have been stopped and searched before. Obviously, coming out of Tulse Hills, just next to Brixton, that's a place where a lot of people are stopped and searched on a daily basis, and not always for the right reason as well. Do you know what I mean? So A lot of the times when I was stopped and searched, I used to kind of think to myself, is this the right procedure that they're carrying out? Am I even allowed to be stopped for this? Or, do you know what I mean? So not having that knowledge just kind of put me in a position where I just felt a bit disempowered in that situation.
So the Stop and Search app was created in 2010. We want to help people know what their rights are when they get stopped and searched by the police in a quick and easy way.
Once you've downloaded the app, you click into it, it tells you what you can do and say or why you might be stopped and searched when you're walking down the road or when you're in a vehicle. And we've got a section for photography as well, because a lot of reporters and stuff have issues when they're filming and stuff with stop and search. If you are stopped and searched now, what you have to do is just upload your experience, and that consists of basically putting your age in, your ethnicity, your sex, and then just like you to put in the officer's badge number who stopped and searched you, and the stop and search slip number if you get one. Also, after that, you just basically rate how you feel you were treated by the officers, and there's like a set criteria of questions here, such as how valid do you think the reason was for the stop and search, and how much respect do you feel you were shown when you're stopped and searched. And while you're doing all this, the app would have picked up your location automatically using the GPS. So once you filled out the form, just upload it 100% anonymously to the database, and that's your experience there.
Apps for Good are now working with 400 schools across the UK. One of the first to enroll was East London's Central Foundation Girls' School. Pupils have shown how designing mobile phone apps can help young people to identify and solve everyday problems.
An app is something on your phone that does one thing and one thing only really, really well.
Why is it good to be able to solve problems?
Because you're going to face them every day. And Apsica teaches you how to think of a problem in a creative way and not take it as in, oh my God, this is going to go completely wrong. You have to go, no, let's try and solve it. Creativity and your imagination absolutely has no limits. So as long as you got ideas up here, you can do anything with them. Knowledge is like a gift. You have to use it for the good of everyone, really. But otherwise, what's the point of having it if you're going to be selfish with it?
My app is called Buzzer Buddies. It's available on the Android market. It's an alarm clock with a twist. It asks you time and date as usual, and then it asks you why. And this is your chance to record and reason why you need to wake up.
Some young people find it hard to wake up in the morning. So the girls here have designed the Buzzer Buddies app.
So this is a step-by-step process to set up a Buzzer Buddy. So you set your time. You can choose to repeat it on a date, so maybe on weekdays or weekends. You can label the alarm, and then you set a recording. So it's anything that you'd like to do, your reason to wake up. After that, you can choose your Buzzer Buddy. So this is anyone from your contact list. And you write a message. So after you're happy with your message, you press save, and then you save your alarm, and you're ready to go.
For the course organizers, the pupils' enthusiasm and success show how mobile phone apps can help solve problems, not just in London, but across the world.
Mobile technology is a great way to empower young people throughout the world, and our course is actually about doing that so that they become the problem solvers, and they can do that globally.
So, let's look back at what the Life app designers from across the series have achieved. In Africa, Life apps visited Kenya and met William, who's a farmer in rural Uganda.
Kama saa hii niko na watoto 8, mimi nalisa na hiyo ukulima peke yake, nakuwa ngumu, hata maisha yangu nakuwa ni kama kuharibika tu, sababu unafanya na nguvu kushinda kiasi.
The challenge was to see if a Life app could help William farm more efficiently. The team Life apps invited to help William live 300 kilometers east in Nairobi, Kenya's capital. Muniu's startup company Bityan has been going for just over a year. Kenyan film director Tony, who helped come up with the Life App's idea, filmed Muniu developing his Life App, a mobile application for small-scale farmers like William.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. William.
William didn't know how much his specialty vegetables could fetch at the biggest local markets.
Unapima namna gani? Oh, 320. Nimeshangaa sababu sasa ile mboga tulipata huku kwa shilingi 5 hivi na ndio sasa hapa shilingi 20. Sasa 15. Sasa kumbe tumesaida sana zaidi.
So Muniu's team came up with an app that would help share information and costs like transport. It was well received.
You should have seen the smiles on those guys' faces. The smile on the other end is what gives you the drive.
His company Bityan is still looking for an investor to help take his Life App forward. Still in Africa, Life Apps also traveled to Namibia. Local software designer Dalton set off on a voyage of discovery in his own homeland. His challenge was to design a Life App to help the Himba people.
We shall embark on our journey of discovery. Now we'll see what comes out.
Dalton and his colleague Lamek had to use plenty of tact to work out how a Life App might be able to help these highly independent nomads.
Do the women from the Himba community go to school?
The Himba are familiar with technology, but most can't read or write.
It's day 2. We have been up the whole night, basically.
Then, a brainwave. If literacy was a problem, how about an app that translates text into speech? Using simple software downloaded from the internet.
The Life App that we managed to come up with is I Love My Voice.
So I think that's simple, but I think it would be a very useful app for them. So we're going to be going out today and we're going to be testing it and see how the reaction is from the community. I feel absolutely good. I wish and I hope we'll take some more time and really just go back to the community and give back again.
Dalton is now working on developing his app with Himba accents and will return to the north in the future. In Asia, Life Apps traveled to India, where the challenge to design an app was taken up by software hotshot Sachin. Based in the capital Delhi, Sachin's goal is to use apps to help the less fortunate.
My quest is to find answers to help people who are living at the bottom of the economic pyramid.
It's Sachin's long-held ambition to help India's millions of beleaguered small-scale farmers. So he undertook a 2,000-kilometer journey to see for himself how he could help farmers like Vijaya.
పెట్టిన వర్షాలు ఎక్కువ లేవు మళ్ళా మందులు తెచ్చుడు మళ్ళా కొట్టుడు ఇది ఎక్కువ వండతట్లేదు అంత బాధ ఏందని అప్పటికే నేను కూడా పోతే అయిపోతుందని అన్నయ్య కూడా అందులోనే మందాయి అనిపింది
It's stories like this that make Sachin determined to use his technological skills to help small-scale farmers.
We want to do something for them. We want to build something for them. Can I come here to again and show her what I can build?
రావచ్చా అని అడుగుతున్నారు ఫస్ట్. వస్తా అప్పుడు వచ్చి చూయిస్తాను మీకు.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back in Delhi, Sachin and his team came up with a life app which would allow farmers to spread their ideas by simply making a voice recording and uploading it using the app so they could share it with the whole community.
क्या फायदा आपको नजर आ रहा है?
एक आदमी से फोन करके उनको कोई तरीका सुनाते तो कितने भी लोगों को इससे इंटरनेट के हिसाब से जाते.
From here I want to develop this application, make it more robust and take it through the pilots, those trials, and make it something, which can be adopted nationwide. So long way to go, it's just the beginning of the project.
From rural India to the dramatic setting of Brazil's Rio de Janeiro. Here, the Life Apps Challenge was eagerly accepted by software designer Pedro.
A tecnologia, ela está presente, as pessoas estão usando. Quando eu soube do projeto, eu fiquei muito interessado. Eu estou muito ansioso, estou bem curioso, bem entusiasmado para chegar lá.
Pedro's challenge was to come up with a life app that could help the millions who live in Rio's favelas or shanty towns.
As situações que a gente vem acompanhando, que a gente vem passando, né, as situações de desigualdade, de pobreza, fome, desemprego, as mudanças climáticas, isso tudo tem incomodado e muito, assim, sabe?
Pedro realized that choosing a single life app was going to be tough.
Trazer tudo isso para o nosso projeto, né, para o Life Apps, eu acho que tem sido um desafio assim, bem grande, queimando aqui os neurônios mesmo.
Together with his colleagues, Pedro finally settled on one daring idea.
Se as pessoas gostam de plantar na internet por ficção, imagine se o cara plantasse, daqui a um tempo aquilo que ele plantou chegasse na casa dele. Começando a ficar divertido. Já fica mais divertido, né? Fica mais interativo.
Pedro's Life App is a smartphone game that allows players to plant seeds in a virtual garden and watch the virtual plants grow. For every virtual plant, there's a real one planted in the favela's community vegetable garden.
É um aplicativo super interessante, tenta juntar entretenimento com algo que consiga contribuir para o meio ambiente e consiga transformar a horta em algo rentável.
Não tem como fazer isso aqui.
Pedro believes his life app could change how people think about technology and life in the favelas.
Tentar buscar as formas de dar continuidade a isso, né? Porque vai ser muito bacana, vai ser uma mudança de postura e vai ser um exemplo muito positivo se isso aqui realmente vir a ser realidade.
Yes, apps do make money. Yes, apps are used to play games, but that's not the only use of apps. Young people have a lot of talent, and given the right steer, they can help solve the problems that are happening. They're not always given the opportunity to do so. It is important to show them that you do believe in their ideas, you do believe that they can actually be the problem solvers to solve their own problems and to create something that will actually help them and their community.
For the Life App designers in Namibia, Brazil, South Africa, in India, and Kenya, researching the need for a life app has revealed new realities in their own countries. The life app designers learnt about the lives of those who are missing out on development, made some new friends, and shared some inspiring moments.
Maoni yangu niko na furaha sana. Na tena hata wenye wamekuja wamekaa chini kama wakulima wenzangu. Mmewacha na moyo ya bidii.